Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's really a fun movie to watch. Did you have Italian films in mind when you made this?
Well, some of them, yeah. And some like the spaghetti westerns you mentioned. Yes, I did. And Sergio Leone and these, but I didn't want to go like to imitate them in any way. Nothing like that. But it's just play with it, like wink at it. Give it a wink and there's some references you can find. I don't want to give it all away, but there are little references from those movies.
So you're working with some pretty big actors here.
Oh, yeah,
what was that like? Were they easy to work with?
Well, Mark and I had made a movie together, so we are in a really good place together when we started this. And he's the sweetest guy to work with. He's really well prepared and he's ready for ready to do anything you're asking for, pretty much. Denzel, on the other hand, I've been his fan since I was a kid. And of course it was a challenge. As much as any challenge can be, and he doesn't make it easy on you. It's like, yeah, what is this guy? What does he want? You gotta earn his respect. And and that's only by showing up prepared and doing good work. It's fantastic. I mean, they don't get much bigger or better the actors than Denzel is.
Now, did you brought in some people, some actual people who work for the DEA who've been doing this kind of work for a while.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff? I mean, the whole movie is very interesting because it sort of exposes the government's role in the drug trade.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting me is like it is everywhere like this. My country went bankrupt, Iceland, like 2008, and now it's all being exposed. The court cases about the police being bad and all, endless things, the banks and the police so I think every society has this. I'm sure Spain is the same. You're having your problems now, and I think, but it's fun to be able to do it in a tone like I kind of like Bill Paxton is little like Bush, right? It's like this Texas guy, and I like because it basically is like that. It isn't all big buildings and respect. It's just guys, and people doing, sometimes the wrong thing. And it's not, we're not saying the Navy is like that. It's more the Navy just doesn't want to deal with it when it happens, So there's somebody in the Navy who's doing something wrong, and the Navy just is as I say, I'll chop the finger off instead of losing the hand, So that's how I know, these things.
It's a big movie, many locations. For you? What was the most difficult part? What's the biggest challenge?
Well, it was a challenge because we didn't get the usual. Most of the time, Denzel makes a movie is at least 75 days and $100 million. This was a little more modest in the sense, but I think that's a great challenge. I think it's always good not to have access, like too much of everything, and you have to focus and really know what you want and work with it. So it's actually, for me, it's like the same as making an Icelandic film. There's never enough time, there's never enough money, So even though it's quite big on that scale, but yeah, it was a challenge, and we had to find the way to shoot it in New Orleans and find places that were right for it, and then shoot part of it in New Mexico because of the tax breaks and stuff like that. So you have to it's a puzzle you put together, but I love it. It's just